How did the release of Everything Is Automatic help the success of the new album?
Well, it was the first single off the record, so usually that, it helped being the first single. I don't think that we thought really as a band that it would have the impact that it did, but we got lucky with it, so. I don't know. It was when we put it together, when I wrote the song and we worked it up and stuff, and then we put it on the record. I don't really think any of us really thought of it in any kind of single fashion. We just thought, cool song, and we've had, for some strange luck, for some strange reason, a lot of luck at radio with singles. So it's kind of just built on the success that we had before that.
So how did the A&M Records deal come about?
Well, we were on BMG originally in the United States, and we were the label that we were on, which was called Private, was closed down by BMG corporate, and we were transferred to another label called Windham Hill, which is kind of like an elevator music label. So we kind of did some legal fandangling and got out of that. So we were independent, and a whole bunch of people were kind of scrambling to get a hold of, to sign the band. So we made the record with our own money, and then just kind of chose a deal that we felt was right for us, that we kind of had control with. So our manager Frank had done some work with them in the past with some other bands like Lows to the Low and that kind of thing. And I'd known some of the guys there for a couple of years before that. So
was there more pressure recording Underdogs than Last of the Ghetto Astronauts because of the NWO deal?
Not really. As far as the band's concerned, I think that we just always kind of make records that we want to make. I mean, I'll be the first person to admit that this record was kind of, we looked at these songs and we thought to ourselves, well, we could do something really, really whacked out with this, and we might have played it a little bit on the safer side, for mass consumption, sure. I don't think we'll make that, well, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but I don't think we'll make that choice again with the next record.
What were some of the difficulties being an independent artist in Vancouver?
Independent artist?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a really strange question. Everywhere I go in this frickin' country now, people are always asking me, because supposedly we're the most successful selling indie band in Canadian history, so it's all, I showed up for an interview one day and all of a sudden I was kind of like this figurehead of independent music, and I was just like, well, what are you talking about, Our success as an independent band was completely not premeditated. It just came into being. It had largely to do with the fact that people in this town kind of latched onto the band and liked it, and besides that, I don't really think there was any factor involved really in it.
Do you enjoy playing smaller shows like in a club, or do you like playing arena shows?
I like both, man. I just like playing. I mean. Playing huge stages can be fun, and playing small stages can be fun, right? It really depends. I mean, we've done a lot of both, and I don't know. A show kind of after 250 shows, in a year and a half, it just turns into a show.
So, how are your live instrument capabilities changed because the addition of Dave?
Dave Gant.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he came into play organ originally on Last of the Ghetto Astronauts, and as soon as we had finished that record, he basically picked up a guitar, and we just went, you should play guitar. So it was something kind of right out of we didn't play a show, I don't think, live as a band after the recording of that record where he didn't play guitar. So, and me and Dave write a lot together too, so, he's kind of the guy that's the realizer of my dreams, let's put it that way. I kind of write something and he kind of puts the icing on the cake. So.
Do you plan on staying in Vancouver, or do you plan on moving in the States?
Oh no, I'll always live here. Yeah, I wouldn't move. There are nice cities in America and there are nice cities in Europe. But particularly fond of Bath in England. That's a very nice place, but I don't think I'd move from here.